Alright, today I am going to go ahead and do my review of the MadBite Fish Finder. Okay, I've used this probably 10 times, and I've really enjoyed having it. I think it is a great portable fish finder. It's great for bait fishing, kayak fishing, even small boat for a john boat. It'll be great for that. I like that you can change many settings. You can change it to the depth that let's just say you know that this pond or lake or whatever is not going to go over 20 feet. You can change it to where that's your maximum depth. So you're not wasting your screen with it set to 50. If you know the lake or the pond does not get to 50 feet, there's no use to have it that deep. Most of the places I go don't go over 15 or 20, so mine never goes above 15 or 20. I've used it, like I said, about 10 times, and I have only charged it twice. The first time that I charged it, I used it after about 4 times going fishing, and they were approximately 4 hours each, so it lasted me anywhere between 12 and 16 hours on one charge. I like that you can, what I do is I hook this to my kayak. I have this Velcro strap, and I strap it to the handle of my kayak so that it just hangs over the side of my kayak so it doesn't go too far away. This strap is the string is kind of long, but it usually stays right there close to me, because especially if I'm fishing somewhere where there's a lot of limbs or brush, I try to keep it very close to me so it doesn't get caught up on something. It does float, so even if this was to break, the string was to break, this is 20-pound braid, so I just don't see it breaking anytime soon. Even if this was to break, it floats, so you're not going to lose it unless it floats downriver. So I do like this. I think this is a great fish finder for the money. I think that the fish on the fish finder are I think it's very accurate with the fish. It seems that if it says that there's a fish, I can throw down there, and a lot of times I'll get a bite. I may not catch the fish, but I'll at least get a bite. So I like it. I enjoy it. There are many settings. I like the fact that it shows on the screen, it shows what the battery life is of this and the battery life of the transmitter itself. So I'll show you the transmitter so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so the 3.7 volts right here, that is the battery life of the transmitter itself. So it starts at 4.1 or 4.2 volts, so it still has a lot of life. Now this is the battery life of the sensor. The sensor only comes on when the sensor itself is in water. So it'll show no battery because it's not turned on. Once it turns on, you'll see how much battery it has left. It shows fish. It'll show you the structure of the bottom. Obviously the sensor's not turned on, so it's not going to show us anything. But I do like it. Here's the menu. It is very easy to go through the menu and change things. So you can change the sensitivity to depth range. You can have an upper limit and a lower limit, so you can say, okay, it's not going to get above 15 feet. So that, and here I'll turn the simulator on just so you can see it, so you can see what it looks like. Here we go. Okay, so there's a simulator, so you can tell what it looks like. It does have an alarm where it'll alarm whenever you see a fish. I like that so that I know if I hear an alarm that there's a fish close. So that's a simulator. Let's go ahead and turn that off so we can go through the other. See, it has the fish symbols and the depth that they're at. Alright, so let's turn this off. so we can go through the different. So it does have the fish alarm. You can change it to feet or meters to adjust the volume, the backlight. If you're in a real bright setting, you won't need very much of a backlight. If the battery starts going dead, it'll set an alarm for that. Okay, so there's different modes you can do. You can do different color backgrounds. Oops, there we go. Focus. There we go. Different languages. So that's all the menu options. Like I said, I really think this works very well. If it's the FX3000. For the price, about $100, you get the transmitter and the sensor. Transmitter also has, which is a nice little touch, this kickstand type thing. What I do in my kayak is I sit that in the little space in front of me, and I kind of have it sitting up usually where I can see what's going on, and it keeps it out of the water. It is water resistant, waterproof. I hadn't fully submerged it just because I just hadn't felt the need to, but if it was to fall off, it will not damage it. So I usually keep it standing up, and then I have this off to the side of my kayak. You could tie this onto a reel and throw it out where you're going to cast so you can see what fish are out there, but on a kayak, I only take 2 rods and reels, so I'm not going to waste one of my rod and reels on this. I'm just going to drop it beside me and just kind of go from there. But I really like this fish finder. I think it is a great one for the money. It is less than the iBobber and the deeper. It's the best one of the affordable ones. I did try another one and did not like it. I didn't like it at all. This also, I tell you, it shows the temperature of the water, which lately that's been great. That way I can see how hot the water is. Our water gets into the 90s, so it's good to know what the water temperature is so you can kind of gauge where you think the fish are going to be, how deep they're going to be earlier in the morning. They should be up in a little bit shallower water. But I really like this fish finder. Every time, excuse me, every time I take the kayak out, it's on my kayak. So I like it. It is the MadBite FX3000. Check it out. If you have that money to spend on a depth finder, but you don't want to do one that has a transducer that you have to drill holes in your kayak or whatever, this is an awesome option. I think eventually I'm going to make an adapter where I can, kind of like the deeper has the little clip that clips to the side of your boat, but it connects to it. I think I'm going to do that for this. Maybe over the winter, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do it right now just because I don't have a lot of time. But that's in the plans for maybe the winter. Check out this depth finder. It's a great one. It seems very durable. I've dropped it several times and I don't have any cracks on the screen or anything. I think this is a great depth finder for the money. I have enjoyed it. I enjoy using it. Pick one up. MadBite FX3000. Pick one up and get them for about $100 on Amazon, and I'll have a link in the description to that. So, as always, thanks for watching. See you soon.